Where can I begin? 9 times 4 is 36. 4 is the four corners. 9 has the 5. 9 is a reflection of 5. The 9 card has the 5 inside of it. Let's go even smaller. Let's show you on the dice cube that the opposites of each other. 9 is the opposite of 5, where 6 and 3 is 9 is the opposite of 4 and 1. 1 and 4 is 5. AD 14 is the opposite of 63. 6 and 3 equals to your 9. Therefore, 1 and 5 is your 5. 2, your 6 and 3, that is your 9. 9, 6, and 3 comes together. We don't need to say the three numbers. If I show you 3 and 9, you'll tell me 6. So if I show you 3 and 6, you tell me 9. So it's that simple. 41 rotation to 6 and 9 equals to the 10-10 world. 5 and 4, in which 5 and 2 are the center. 5, 2, and 8 are the center. It is the passage of this cube. This cube has a passage between this corner over here and this corner over here, but on the bottom. And then this is a passage from the top and this one from the bottom, and they crisscross. 10, 10. The other two corners crisscrossed. You created 4 lines to create 8 corners, all crisscrossing in the center 5, equaling to 20. The 4 corners equal to 40. You have 4 20s. 80, 4 20s. And the word 80 is weed. And that's how the weed is the conjunction, and it locks because it says 80. 4 20s, 4 cats. Cat's ears, rabbit ears, who cares what's up? The tail's up, the ears are up. If man's ears are up, then the cat's tail is up. So I'm just playing around with you right now just to understand that it's communication. It's an energy communication in which 11, 11, 11 will create 13, 31, and 1 plus 3 and 1 times 3 will create your 3 and 4. It is your 2, 1, 2. It is 2, 1, 2 that creates your 5. The 4, 1, 4 will create your 9. So you're talking about the top side, a flat face, creating 5, or you're talking about 2 faces, creating your 9. 2 flat faces, creating your 9. Remember, this might be 6, but in all actuality, it's 3 opposition polarities, because what comes from the east goes to the west. This one is opposite of this one. This one is opposite of that one, and you can see the 3 corners are all opposite of each other. They spread out. 1 and 5 is 6. 5 and 1 is 7. 5 and 7 is 12. 12 and 1 is 13. 13 and 5 is 18, and 1 is 19. That's a full cycle. Isis, a full cycle. 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, 5, 1. The full cycle of 5 and 1 is 6, and 1 and 5 is 7. The spirit of Isis is 67. And then it repeats. In between one full cycle is 757. If you add up and take your hands and take your pens, 1776 or 1776, and reverse 1776 to 6771, you will end up with 7557. 76 times 76 is equals to 5776. 77 times 75 equals 5775. Between the book of Moses is your one nose reading the gateway, which is the open page to the left or to the right. 151, 1 times 5 is 5. 1 plus 5 is 6. 5 and 6 is Aleph. Left, we all left. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Inside is your leap year. 1 and 2 is your 3 years and your leap year. Your leap year and 2 years and 1 year and 2 years and 1 year and 2 years and 1 year. 212, 100 Celsius, the letter C, 03 creation versus Fahrenheit. 100 Celsius equals 212 Fahrenheit, 555. 212, 212. So in between each cycle is a bigger cycle every 5 years after that, ending your cycle to where you find the cycle in the center on the next cycle over here. 1, 6, 1. So this cycle ends When this cycle ends, it's this cycle is taking over. So you have 5, 6, 5, 11 to this one over here to 5, 6, 5, 11 on the other side. We always need areas. One area between 2, 2 areas between 1, 2 areas, 1 area here. This one over here carries this area. This one over here carries this area. This one over here carries this area and this area. This one over here carries this area and this area. Once this area is still carried, this area, this cannot leave go when this is holding on. If this is holding on to this, it's still holding on to this. They're both holding on at the same time. 5 and 1, 6. 5 and 1, 6. 5 and 1 equals the total of 7. V, Roman numerals. Here's a V. A V. 1, V, 1. V is 22. 1 and 1 is 18 equals to 40. The blue world of energy. 2 times 1, 2 plus 1 is 3 and 2, 5. 2 times 1, 2 plus 1, 3 and 2, 5. 23, 23, the total is 46. The 46 is 10. And you envelop the whole thing in 5 and 5 is 10. It becomes one whole area. One whole area. Trying to see if there's anything else. 6 and 4. 6 and 4 equals 10 plus 6 equals to 16. 0 equals to 5. Why? Because it's the 15th letter. It's right over here, the 15th letter. The 10th letter and the 15th letter is J and O. J and O equals to the 25th letter. Why? You have joy, as in love joy. Love joy equals to number 54. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 equals 3 and 4 DC. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 equals 5 and 6 Aleph. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals 2, 3 BC. 2 and 3 equals to 5. 3 times 2 equals to the 6. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 equals 5 and 4 the sun. 20 and 9 the IT system connect equals to electric company coming out of the sun, out of the foxhole, and into your mind, and out of the moon, and into this world. The foxhole. Is the moon real or not? Because so far, I keep seeing moon inside of these numbers over here. In between Celsius and Fahrenheit, it's dragging out the numbers of the moon. The spirit of 76 is man's body, 10, a perfect 10. Inside the moon, 57 equals to the spirit of 67. So is that moon supposed to be in our heads or not? "13 months of 28 days, 29 days come in 12 months, 30 days come in 12 months. Excuse me, this is wrong. 30 days comes in, yes, this is right. 30 days comes in 12 months. 31 days comes in 7 months. This tells you your true figure because there is only 7. There is really only 1 month of 28 days, but every month carries 28 days, 13 moons. 29 is the birth, 348, creation of DC in the split world. 48 is space, 4 by 8, 4 plus 8. 4 by 3, 4 plus 3 is 19, and this one equals 44. We get 1944. 44 and 19 is 63, creation, birth, for 666, 29 and 12. 30 becomes 36, 36 by 12, 432. We are now jailed to 1 and 5. And if we are jailed to 1 and 5, we are jailed between 5 and 9 because they're both the same, just on opposite sides. One with a passage carried inside of here, the other one the vibration between 1 and 5 running off what I see as the moon is the gateway. Whether it's a created real gateway or not, it is the eye in the sky or it is the hole in the sky. 360 is 432. 72 times 6, if I remember correctly. 6 by 72, man, 6 times 27. 27 is red. 72 is 72 times 5 equals the 360 degrees that goes around. 5 times 72 is 360. 6 times 72 is 432, coming out of creation. So man lives between 360 and 432. 72 is his timeline, his 60. The 40 that is missing is the 40. Remember, 60-40 is 100. 60 is orange, the orange sun. 40 is blue, the blue moon. 60-40, the difference is 20, or 4 times 20, because the representation of 60 is 80. The representation of 20, okay, is actually 66. Why is it 66? Because the only way to get 20 is the 1 dice on this. 360 degrees around 1. 360 degrees around 4. Don't count what's in between. We only have 4 corners. 360 divided by 4 equals to 90. 4 by 90. 4 and 9 is 36. Pluto, Pluto, Uranus, Pluto, Uranus. What are these bricks? We have a brick in between here. We have the 2 ends of the bricks. We have the side of the brick here and the side of the brick here, and we have the center of the brick here. But when you look at the bricks from the other side, there's holes in it. The holes in the bricks, one of them will go through this one here, and the other brick will go through this one here, locking these 2 bricks together. The cement, there's holes in the cement brick, and they lock, and they put them in this I formation so they can lock with 1 pipe that goes all the way down, creating your H's and your I's by connecting this together. Here you have your 1221 with your bricks connecting together. The understanding of the moon cycle inside of, like I mentioned before, 212121 or 151515 or 141414 inside the moon cycle. Moon cycle is 15. Why is the moon cycle 15? Because you have the 13 moons from your year into the 1 moon from last year into the 1 moon from the next year. That's 56 more days. 56 more days. 56 more days equals to 420. 420s equals 426, connecting the cat, connecting the moon between 2 years. But you need to connect the moon between leap years. You need to connect 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, then a leap year, then connect 3 years. So you connect 1,095 days, 365 days, equaling to 461. So if you're looking at extra time, 61 is the light, 41 is the ring of the light inside your leap year. Equals to 1695, 0 equals 6, 1695 plus 6 is 1701, becomes 1761. In 1771, we have the Tea Party. In 1789, which is 28, we now elect the president. So I'm just jumping around showing you how this 1 year actually looks like this. So if you wanted to look at it in days, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 1,100, 1,170, 1210, 1280, 1292, 1299, 1,299 actual days inside of this because of these numbers. 1299. Now we add on over here 6, 1305 becomes 1365, the AC energy in Aleph. 13 and 65 because we add in, we have to understand all the 0 positions. 1365 plus 0. One more time, we have to add 72 onto this. 1365 plus 72. 1,437. We're pretty close up to 1,440, which would be 1,440 minutes in a day. All the numbers, okay, what I'm trying to show over here, if I don't show you any exact proof of anything, we have to understand that the numbers bring us closer to another reality, whether it's minutes in the day is 1,440, multiplying that by 60 will give you the number of seconds in a day. 86,220, and if we divided that by 5, we'd understand what the halfway point is 17,244. 17 on one side is the gateway. Between 2 worlds, 44 is the space between the gateway. What is that space? Since it's 1 and 7, that's right, 2 and 6. 13 and 13, Mary Jane. Between 18 is 27. What's next? 36. 36 will create the rest of the numbers. 3 times 6 is 18. 3 plus 6 is 9. 9 and 18 is 27. We already did 9, 18, 27, 36. We did all the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 8 equals 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've done all the numbers. 13 by 7 is 91. 13 cards times 7 average equals 91 points. Artificial intelligence inside the cards. 13 moons, 364 days, plus 20 plus 4 is 388, plus 20 equals to a leap year in Hebrew, 388, 384 days in a Hebrew leap year. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. I don't even know if I came off properly in here. Something that we've done already, and I'm just going to bring it up. A deck of cards, 10, Jack, Queen, King, Ace. The King is the K letter they show. It's 13th card. But when you play war, the Ace becomes the 13th card and the King becomes the 12th card because the 2 is reduced to the first card. So when you play Casino War, the King becomes a Queen, the Queen becomes a King. Do you understand why? Because the Ace, instead of being in the 1 position, it's now only in the 13th position. Although there's 14 positions because there's 2 positions for the Ace, but there's not. The Ace plays inside the Jack, so there's actually 15. There's 3 aces in every game, but it depends which game you played. Cards get moved. Mount Sinai, number 37. Horeb becomes the gateway. Ace is the first letter. It's the first card. 1 and 1 is 2. T for 10 is the 10th card. 20th letter equals 30. Plus 0 for the 10 equals the 36. Plus, because it becomes 20 is the 20th letter, add another 6 becomes number 42. 10, the 10 world becomes 42, and it's all about communication. Jack is the J, it's the 10th letter, it becomes the 11th card. It becomes the 10th card when you're playing casino blackjack. 10 and 11 becomes the cube, 21 becomes 27, now it's 27 red. 27 red looks like it's showed up at Mount Sinai. Sinai 37, Horeb 17, 27 shows up in between. The B gates. Who is the B gates? That would be us. 327, creation of the B gates. We are the word, we are the mouth. Word, W-O-R-D, just put an L in it for the light, or Abba, and we become the word of light. This becomes 27. The Queen is the 12th card, but is the 17th letter. Number 29 is the birth. So this is how we come up with that minimum. Something I wanted to show you about number 8 and 7. 7 times 8 is 56, which resembles the 3. 12, 1 and 2 is 3. 56 is the numerological count for 3. 56. 8 and 7 is 15 equals to 71. 12 now becomes the gateway. The Queen, now representing the 12th card, becomes the gateway. But within the gateway, in the game of blackjack, the King is now the 12th card. He is the gateway. And October equals to 87 count. When you add up to 12, 1 to 12, it equals to a total, if I can remember correctly. 1 to 12, 1 to 10 equals 55. 1 to 11 equals 66. 1 to 12 equals to 78. The reverse of the word itself. There was one other thing I wanted to mention in here. And it has to do with again. I don't know if I did this. The word 6 equals 52. It becomes in the center where the light passes right here. The word 6 equals 52. So if the spirit is 76, 6 equals 52, which equals to the 7 or the passage with in between the 1, 4, 7, 9, 6, 3, passing between 2, 5, and 8. 3 and 3, 56 and 56. 4 times 28, 112, 4 moons. 1/3 of the year, right? 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 1. So there's 3 4s and 1 moon in the center. So every moon has to move. Is that the way it works? 4 moons in 1, because we have 13 moons in a year. 4, 4, 4. So we have to find a rotation to understand this, which would be 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. 3 and 1 is 4. 3 and 1 is 8. And 1 is 9. And 3 is 12. And 1 is 13. 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. Piano rotation. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3, 9 and 6, 15. 4, 3, 2 is jail in between. And I showed you on the last picture, jail is 4, 3, 2, which is creation. Creation comes in the actual 4 months. 4 months of 30 days in a year. 4 months of 30, 30 becomes 36, equals to 144. 144 is 96 hours and 48 hours. And 2 times 6 times 19 and 3 times 19, 6 times 16 and 3 times 16, and do it again. 3 times 16 and 6 times 19 equals to a total of 18 times 16 equals to 288 hours in a Mayan month times an 18-month schedule. Multiply that up and you'll see what it comes to. 56, 56, 3 and 3, Christ, Christ, and Christ. 2 and 2, 3 equals to 2. 4 and 2, 3 and 3, 4 and 2. 3 times 3, this equals to your 15. This will equal to 11. The same as 23 will equal to 11. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 will equal to 11. Go in Monopoly, G and O equals to 8 and 15. Go, 7, 1, 5. 7 times 15 equals to 105. But, 8 times 15 equals to 120. 8 and 15 equals to 23. It's the letters H and O. H is the opposition. Here's 6, 1 and 5. What's the opposite of 1 and 5? 2 and 6. So when we're looking at ISIS on one side, we're looking at 2 and 6 on the other side, the Begatest world. When we're looking at the cat, we're looking at electric company. Electric company, Earth, Jupiter against the cat, Venus, Mars. Now, is the cat scratching at us and interfering with us? I don't know. That's your 15 here. Here it's 4 and 2, create your 14. 4 times 2, 4 plus 2. That's your AD, and that's the around the dice cube is your 14 and is your AD. It is your light. It is one service light that services 4 areas. It is represented in 4, 5, and 6 because 4, 5, and 6 all have the 4 corners. It's the only ones that have the 4 corners. No other ones do. The corners. This is an angle and corners. Corners are on all the corners. Doesn't matter what angle you put it on. This equals 118. If you add up 1 to 18, if you add up 1 to 20, it equals to 210. Take away the 39, taking away the sun. If you take away 39, you are taking away the sun. Okay? 39 inside the street in French becomes 39 and 5. It says saint. Saint-Esprit. It's taking away the spirit of the saint. If we say an avenue, it is a gateway. If we say a street, it is the sky and it is the skylight. 78 again. The naked street. The passage of 10. The avenue of creation. Why? Because avenue in the word 23. Avenue in the word N and U 14 and 21. 35 electric company found on the left side of your numbers board in between 16 and 19 standard and poors. And it's found all the way up. It's crisscross to mix if you want. You can create it another way. If you have 15 and you have 20, you have the same thing. 15 and 20. Find 20. Here, 2 is in the center, 15 is here. 2 and 6. If 2 and 6 is your 15 and 20, then 1 and 5, ISIS, is your opposite of that. We have to understand where the position is here, what the opposites are on this dice here, besides the numerological count for each number. The count for number 2 is 58. The count for number 3 is 56. 5 and 8 is 13. 5 and 6 is 11. 13 is 4 and 2. This will now represent the cat. I keep thinking the cat's interfering with us. Here's your 4 and 2. 1 and 5. 1 and 5, 6. 4 and 2, 6. 3 and 3. This is the letter C. This is also, as 3 and 3, is 21 and U. It's U and it's C and it's L. Cluck, 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 cluck. This is B and D. It is the bed because B and D, or it is the bead. E and E together creates J. J creates the A because it's in the A family. Now you have the bad clock in the 2 worlds, 6 and 8. Why is 6 and 8? Because it's to one side and then it's to the other side and it's joined in the center. 6, 3, and 3 connects 1 and 1, 8. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 equals to your 11, K, N. K and N are actually becoming your avenue, or the nav, between 2 and 4 and 1 and 5. 1 and 2 create your 3. 5 and 4 create your sun, 5 and 4, but they do not create DC. 5 equals to the number 42. 1 equals to the number 34, equaling to the spirit of 76. 2 times 8 is 76, or 4 by 19. 3 by 19 creates the moon. The moon brings in your artificial intelligence. Bringing your 3 years and 1 year together is 3 and 1, your artificial intelligence. Here I did it 2 times. Here I did it 4 times. I need to figure out what number can be perfect. Here it was 2, so it's divided by 2. Here it is 4, which is the moon. Here it is 4. This is a representation where 1 and 9 brings in what is calculated to the moon. The moon equals MOON 57. 3 times 19 equals 57. At the same way, it brings in the gateway. It brings in the gateway because in the French language, they say 17, 18, 19 together. You have to understand, in English, we go 12 as a word, and then we say an add-on, 13, 14. So we change in English at 12 and 13. But in French, we say our word all the way up until we get to 16, and then after that, we change 17, 18, 19. So that's a new link. So the minute we see 19, we have to know 18 and 17 are in there. 17 times 3 is 51, plus 17 is 68. 18 times 3 is 54, plus 18 is 72. That becomes the clock. The 68 becomes the mind, the cat and the hat and the mind, because 68 and 42 create a 10-10 world. 10-10, 6 times 8. They create each other within each other. They work within each other. Pi, P9, is the light road. Zis is a French word. It stands for number 37, the cube, and Jesus Christ. The angles of the 37 is here and here, but the angle can also be found here and here. This 37 creates 2 x's. It creates 37 here, and in between 1 and 9 is another 37. Do you see it? Just go in between the 1, 5, and 9 is 3 and 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Now, I don't say the whole thing because I need to sit down not only with myself in order to figure it out. Have you ever seen this word over here? F is 06, becomes 66, becomes 3. U is the 21st letter, becomes 3. C is the 3rd letter, but it now becomes the 9th letter. And K, which is the 11th letter, becomes a 2 world. So in the birth of the sky, of creation of Aleph, is where the fuck comes in. But it also is the PH fuck, because you need to get the space within the fuck inside of here. The balancing ball of the seal, because the French word for seal is fuck. So we did that over here. We have avenue, we have gate. Just wanted to say one thing. Your 4 representation is how do we get 4? Well, I may have said 4, but how did we get to this 4? We got to the 4 by getting a 3 and a 1. Or we get to the 4 by getting 2 and 2. So if we get 2 and 2, we get 116. 116, add up 1 to 16, it equals to a total of 136, which is the letter P, the 613 laws of Moses. Now it's a touchdown in football. It is also 613, which is rotation of piano, 3-1, 3-1, 3-1, 3-1, which is a 6. When you go from the left side 3, the right side 3, the 1 stands in the center, pulling 3 and 3, that's your 6. Okay, it's a total of 2. 6 is a total of 2 sides, and the 6 is showing you full separation, and it shows you the in-between of the 2 sides, the left and to the right, or the above and below. 3 equals to 56, equals to 2. 1 equals 34, equals to 7, becomes 27. 4 is your reference to time. 2 and 2 will now equal 58 and 58, 116. January, February, and all the months of the year, the initials total 116, if I remember myself properly. Or is it the initials? The initials of the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way to 9, adding up all the first initials. There's so many ways to do this. Then we have to understand this is a 4-letter word, this is a 4-letter word, This is a three-letter word. 1 is a three-letter word. 5 is a four-letter word. 6 is a three-letter word. 7 is a five-letter word. 8 is a five-letter word. 9 is a four-letter word. So all these words also have to understand where the 4, the 5, the three-letter words go, because everybody, there's no one-letter word. It's 3, 4, 5 letters. 1, 2, 3, T-H-R-E-E. 4. So you get 1 is 3, 2 is 3, 3 equals to 5. So the R becomes the center of the two sides, or what we have to do is keep marking 3, 3, 3, 3, 3 until we find the middle of the 3. TH is time heaven, angel residency between E and E. What does E and E mean? It stands for two letters that where I would say S, the E comes before the S, and then because there's another E with it, it would be a letter where it comes before and after. Like the G, it's G and E. This one becomes R and E. So it's showing me that the E is after the R. Now I have to understand why it's after the R. Because in French, okay, the R says air. Now, does it say air, A-I-R, or E-R for air? But certain letters, I'm going to use the English language right now. This letter can also say P, because the R is an extended arm for R, but I don't even want to get into that. Okay, let's just separate it. So now we have 7, E-I-G-H-T, S-E-V-E-N, T-H-R-E-E. 3 words. 1, 2, 6, 10. 4 numbers, 3 numbers, and 4 numbers. One of the 4. There's 3 words. There's 3 numbers. 3, 7, and 8 each have 5 letters. 1, 2, 6, 10 each have 3 letters. So 3 letters times 4 numbers, that's 12. 3 times 5 numbers, that's 15. Now the 4, 5, 9, each have 4 each. That's 12. So we had 15 and 12 and 12 is a total of 24, 39. Numbers represent the sky or the open sky, just in basic terms. Now before I end this video, I have one more video that I did not catch up with. We all know that this is the percentage sign. It also shows the yin and the yang if you don't see it. These 2 egg yolks connect and they become the 8 of the egg yolks. If you want, you can call them the ants. But this is number 2 and number 6 together. And this is number 9 and number 2 together. Or if you want to go, we can also do it with 5. But 5 is a rotation of the bricks. You have to see what 5 does with the bricks. 5 and the bricks or the castle wall will create 5 and 2, and it'll also show you how the H and I from 5 and 2 connect everything together. Understanding how we have to connect the snout of the pig to 2 sides. I don't know what this is going to be yet. I'm not sure if I did this yet. Mississippi says 1551, 1991. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5, 6 and 5, 6 and 5, 11, 11. Same thing over here. Representation. 22, 23, 24, Cleveland, Ohio. Why? Because Grover Cleveland was the 22nd and 24th president. We're missing the 23rd, so the average will come out to 69. 49 is rotation. Again, Grover Cleveland and the Mississippi seem to drive into each other somehow, some way. Looking for Viagra or Niagara? Are you looking for Ice Bush, a nice cold beer, or George Hoover? One other thing I wanted to mention is this over here. I don't know if I have this right, but 1 times 7 and 1 plus 7, the gateway, equals to 7 and 8. The head and tail, 1 and 7. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 is 7 and 8. 7 times 8 is 56. 7 plus 8 is 15. 15 again is Isis, Grover Cleveland, Ohio, Mississippi. 4 by 7 is 28 and 11, says the sky, says the sky. Over in Hoover Dam is the gateway, and that's where it is, the sky, some kind of energy from above. I don't know how it works. Inside the Magen David, when you close it in and you take away the points, it becomes 1v1, Roman numerals. Isis inside the cube. Two worlds, one above 1v1, one below 1v1, becomes 9/11 when it's brought together. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 is 8, and 7 equals to 15. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 equals to 15. In rotation of 54. The sun. Why the sun? Because in the 10-10 world, 5 and 5, 4 and 6, 54 is the sun. There is no DC created in those numbers. 5 and 2, 6 and 1, number 21, the cube, creates the 7th gate. That there is no, what's it called? We need to find the gateway to the numbers. 56 and 15 equals to 71. 8 times 7 is 56. 8 and 7 is 15 equals to 71. 7 times 1 is 8. 1 times 7 is 7. They each come back to create each other and create 1771, Aleph, Aleph, 1111. Inside of Isis, Grover Cleveland, that creates 69. 69, 9 minus 2, 6 plus 1, the cube, reverse. Remember, we must meet the 7, we must meet the 10, and we must meet number 13. When we meet these numbers, okay, if it's a 9, we minus 2 for 7. If it's an 8, we minus 1. If you want to go above and find out where 7 comes from, when we need the gateway for it, instead of 0, 0 becomes the circle or the hole where 9 comes from. So what do? 7 plus 9 is 16. 1 plus 6 is 7. 7 and 0, 0 equals to 15. 7 and 15 equals to 22 equals 1111 in itself. Do you follow me why? 0 is the 15th letter. It's 1.5 times everything. Whenever you see a Vesica Pisces, okay, continue the movement. The movement goes over, it creates an X, but it becomes 2 circles. Every circle above and below circle, 15, 15, 225. Value of the cube. So if you're asking where the end of the world is, this value for me is 225. 2 sides, the top and the bottom, then you just draw the lines connecting the top. If you see 6 sides, the total of this is 90, and then this cube is the birth to the 2 circles, because it's a north and a south and an east and a west. If it comes in from north-south, you walk east-west. If it comes in from east-west, you walk north-south. It's either this way, or it's this way, and then the other one is this way. This is the way she moves within inside of you. She connects to the left, the bottom, the right, however you want to connect this in science. The last thing I wanted to do, okay, was we did this one, I did that one. This over here. This and I got to bring these two together. Hold on a second. I just want to put this picture up. I didn't finish with the picture. I'm not sure if it's standing this way or it's going to sit this way, to this side and to this side, above and below, understanding your I, understanding your E. Why is your E short in the center? Because there's this that's in the center. You have to watch out. You can't go onto this side. You can't go onto that side. There's another O in the center here that gives it a short arm. You see this here? This would be the Greek C, or the Greek E, or the Greek backwards would be the D over D. I must work in Greek. That's 100% since the beginning. It was Romans and Greek. Don't forget, God said it was the word that was heard. So we're going to do this and this. I like this. I like this. I'm going to work this and this. Just give me one more second. Because I'm quite sure I missed something out. I'm almost up to date now. And this. I still didn't finish this, okay? Because there's a lot more to this than 1 to 10. Because this is the 24th letter. And this is the 22nd letter. This is Grover Cleveland right at the bottom. The first floor, walk into the first floor, sir. What would you like, 5 or 10? I'll take 5. So that'll be the first term of Grover Cleveland. I'll take 10. And that'll be the second term of Grover Cleveland. 15 and 46. 24, 22, 46, 56, 61, Grover Cleveland brings in the light. Who's on the top floor? Number 1, George Washington. And number 6, but wait a second. There's more than a number 6. There was the 15th president, there was the 24th president, and there was the 33rd president. Those are all 6s. So now I got to understand all those 6s and all their opposition to who they are, okay? Because 8 is now the inlet for 6. So I have to start understanding that, and I bring it out here and I open up my own reality, because it's not my reality that's going to finalize this, but it's our reality. We are us, is I, is you, is me, is all. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching. I'm going to go paint this, and now I can take my time for the next video, because at least I think I know what I'm doing.